What's good, YouTube? Quasar here. Today I'm going to be bringing you guys my Janky rank 4 spam deck. So basically this deck doesn't really have an archetype, it's just main focus is to drop a fuck ton of rank 4s and just shit on your opponent. As you can see, I'm running Seraphonite, I'm running the Brilliant Engine, so it just allows an extra normal summon, making for extremely easy rank 4 plays. Anyways, let's just get into the deck profile. So starting off, of course, I'm playing 3 copies of Photon Thrasher, an immediate special summon, and level 4, so easy rank 4 plays if you open this and any other level 4. Special this first, normal summon, overlay into whatever rank 4 you need. So, you know, Photon Thrasher being able to special summon itself is so helpful in order to get off your rank 4 plays. 3 copies of Goblinberg, because again, this card really easily allows for, again, rank 4 plays. Normal summon it in order to special summon another level 4 lower from your hand, but of course, you're only playing level 4s, so basically another instant rank 4 right there. Next, I'm playing 2 copies of Hat Tricker. Hat Tricker is really easy because if you control 2 or more monsters, you just get to special summon it. Actually, no, if there are 2 or more monsters on the field, so like if your opponent controls 2 monsters, you control none, you basically just get to drop this for free and then normal summon again. So really good. Play it at 2, and then of course Summoner Monk. Another really good utility card for rank 4 plays, just to pitch a spell card. Special whatever level 4 you need. I'm playing 2 copies of the new Fairy Tale Snow. This card is actually really helpful late game. Whenever it's normal or special, you get to target 1 monster on the field, flip it face down. You don't always need to use that effect. It is helpful though at times. During either player's turn, when this card's in your hand or in the graveyard, banish 7 other cards from either field, hand, or graveyard, any combination of which, in order to special summon it. That's during either player's turn, and then of course you can use that summoning effect in order to, you know, basically Book of Moon. But another really good level 4 1850 attack, which is pretty decent as well. Of course, easy rank 4s with Fairy Tale Snow as well. Playing Trick Clown and Thousand Blades. So Trick Clown's gonna be the main light target you want to be using for Brilliant Fusion. Of course, every time it's sent to the graveyard, basically take 1,000 damage in order to special summon it. Its attack and defense do become 0, but doesn't really matter, you're just using it as overlay material. And then of course you want to get Thousand Blades in the grave as quick as possible in order to utilize your Trick Clown. When Thousand Blades is in the graveyard and you take damage, you get to special summon it from the graveyard. So this is a neat 2-card combo. When this gets pitched while this is in the grave, you take the 1,000 to special this. Because you took damage, you get to special summon this. And there you go, you have 2 level 4s and instant rank 4. Next, I'm playing the Armageddon Brigade. So basically only 1 Armageddon Knight. Basically just whenever it's summoned, send a dark from your deck to the grave. So these are your 2 targets. Of course, you're mostly going to be wanting to send Shaddoll Dragon because it'll pop a spell or trap. If you do end up with Shaddoll Dragon in your hand though, it's alright. Like, it's still level 4, it's still really good to use as overlay material. And then of course we have Zephyros. Get that in the grave, and then you just take 400 damage to return a card from your field back to your hand in order to special summon this from the grave. So a little bit more utility with that. I usually like to return like the Brilliant Fusion that's already on the field after it's been used. But again, depending on the situation, you can return basically whatever. So the two reptiles, because I'm playing King of the Feral Imps. Gigabyte, really good, really helpful. Basically, if you control a spellcaster, which is like majority of this deck, you get to special summon it. So that's like a free special summon right there. And then, of course, because it's level 4, again, just using it as overlay material. Then I thought it'd be really neat to play Mass Chameleon. He's pretty good. Like, unfortunately, if you do have Seraphronite, you cannot normal summon it. That's kind of the downside, but when you do normal summon it, you can special summon a monster with 0 defense from your graveyard. Then you can use that monster to either sink or you can overlay, so whatever you need. But basically, you just summon this, bring out whatever. You can either sink, Xyz, whatever, but I thought it was just another great utility card to put into the deck. And for another tuner we are playing is Glow Up Ball, just because of all the Earths we are playing. Sorry. All the Earths we're playing, I decided it would be great if we also added Naturia Beast, just to like lock out your opponent even more, making them unable to play spells. Of course, Gem Knight Garnet, you have to play it because you're playing the Brilliant Engine. It really sucks if you do get this card in your hand before you can use Brilliant Fusion. But nonetheless, at least it's a 1900 beater level 4. So you can still at least use it as overlay material. And then the last monster is, of course, 2 copies of Max C, because, you know, Max C is probably the best hand trap in the game at the moment. So for spells, Brilliant Fusion. Absolutely amazing card because you get to use materials from your deck. Obviously, hoping to pitch the Garnet and the Trick Clown, then using Trick Clown's effect, of course. That'll bring you your Seraphronite. You are playing 3. All you need to do is resolve 1, though. You just want to see this card as soon as possible. Instant Fusion, of course. We also play Norden. I know Seraphronite's also technically an Instant Fusion target, but you know, you gotta just play this because it's an easy 1-card Xyz. Foolish Burial, there's a lot of different things you might want to pitch. I usually want to see this and pitch my Thousand Blades. So getting that in the grave as soon as possible helps set up for your Trick Clown plays. Rhoda, we do play a lot of warriors, so depending on the situation, you can either add like Thrasher, Goblinberg, Armageddon Knight, so it doesn't really matter, just definitely has to be played. Soul Charge, of course, because late game you're going to have a lot of your level 4s in the grave, so you can just bring them back, abuse more of your rank 4 plays, just definitely have to play Soul Charge. Of course, Regeki to nuke boards, and 2 copies of Twin Twister just to eliminate that back row. So that is it for the spell cards. Moving on to traps. I decided to play this triple lineup of the whole trap cards. So I'm playing Bottomless, Time, Space, and Floodgate. I am playing Rafflesia, so it helps to just pitch these from the deck using Rafflesia's effect. But, you know, I'm still using them, like if I have to set them. They're still really good traps to use to just disrupt your opponent. Good for banishing, good for returning. And I really like Floodgate as the fact that it just flips everything face down. So it's basically just taking up their monster spots. I'd usually use that on like a heavy pendulum summoning, like 4 or 5 monsters, because that just totally shuts them down. And then of course I play 3 strikes, 1 warning, just to heavily negate all of their summons. So that's it for the main deck. Moving on to the extra deck. 1 copy of Seraphronite. I'm using this just to get an additional normal summon. Really helpful to pull off your Xyz plays really quickly. 1 copy of Norden, just because again we are playing the instant fusion, so one card Xyz, really helpful. I play Utopic Future because basically if you're able to drop 2 rank 4s and then you just use up their materials, you can still just use those rank 4s as the materials for Utopic Future and just continue to apply pressure to your opponent. The Utopia lineup, of course, because it's just too good not to play. Utopia the Lightning is basically what you want to bring out. I know a lot of people, as soon as they see Utopia, they try to just negate the summon right then and there. But if not, you got Utopia the Lightning, who can go up to 5k and just really apply a lot of pressure. I like Utopia Ray as a material as well, so that way you can use Lightning's effect twice. So that's really good. That's why I'm playing these 3 in the deck. Tsukiyomi, we do play a lot of lights, so your hand does deplete pretty quickly. This just helps, you know, pitch something you don't need to draw 2. No, Gagaga Cowboy, Castell, and 101 are all like staple rank 4s, definitely have to be played. King of the Feral Imps, just to search out either Gigabyte or Masked Chameleon. Rafflesia, really good for applying pressure to your opponent, setting up for your whole trap card plays. Dark Rebellion, just to absorb attack. And then for the synchro we play for Masked Chameleon is Psyframe Lord Omega. Omega is definitely like the strongest synchro monster we have right now. Like the ability to steal a card out of your opponent's hand, reuse things from the graveyard, returning things that are banished. There's just so much utility that comes out of Omega. It's just ridiculous. So I thought, you know what, definitely should throw this in there instead of another Xyz monster. And then finally, of course, as I told you before, we are playing Naturia Beast just because it's really easy to drop, and then it applies a lot of pressure to basically any other deck because it pretty much shuts down the use of spell cards. So that is it. That is my janky rank 4 spam deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.